So again, this is one that we had presented at last ASH with just more updates. So we have 37 total patients. Over 2/3 of those patients were prior exposure to a BTK inhibitor. And so what we see is we do see high response rates, irrespective of prior exposure to a BTK inhibitor. I think the biggest takeaway is the majority of patients who obtained a complete remission remained in a complete remission. We did have, I think, 7 patients who in a CR that did come off study for some reason. A fair number of those patients were for COVID-related events, which is just something we all have to deal with at this point. But that only leaves, I think, truly 2, 3, or 4 patients that actually came off for true progression out of those who actually had a complete remission. So that does speak to some durability of response. And those who actually went through all 12 treatments, none of those patients, at least at the data cut, had progressed. So I think it looks like those patients who we get into a complete remission, who can make it through the 12 treatment cycles and actually stop therapy, those patients have remained in remission. So there's some hope that this can be a durable response. I'll bet we do still have the caveat that we can potentially retreat these patients and relapse if they could get through the 12 cycles if need be. I will also say that at least from the AE profile, we did see reduced rates of cytokine release syndrome with the 2 grams of Obinutuzumab pretreatment compared to 1 gram, because it did evaluate both of those. And as well, the neurological toxicity with Glofitamab was quite low and quite manageable, which is something quite different from what we see with Brexicaptogene, which is a CAR T product. So still a small study, still premature compared to what we see with CAR T, but it gives some hope that maybe we may have an alternative to Brexicaptogene for these relapsed refractory mantle cell lymphoma patients, which is a bit quicker to give since it's an off-the-shelf product. We don't have to wait for manufacturing, and with an improvement, at least in the neurotoxicity profile, and less grade 3 to 4 CRS than what we see with CAR T.